Off with the MC. Today we back with another dope guest. But first off, I just hope everyone had a great family day. Some of you may actually celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. It's more so a family thing for me. Not just on this particular day, but considering the fact that this is a day that family does decide to come together, I appreciate it. I'm thankful for the memories, the food. This year we had everyone cook, including the kids. So I thought that was pretty dope. So yeah, I'm always happy with the memories that we get to create and enjoy and look back on. The bonds grow tighter, things of that nature. So I'm pretty much very happy for all of that. So I hope everyone else had a great family day. Today, our guest is GFB Fresh. He is a hip hop artist from Brooklyn, New York. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know him for the past 2 years, I believe. And I would say we built up a pretty decent relationship. I don't take it lightly, because I know how serious it is, for artists, me being one myself, to really get close to other people who, you may not know, like their full intention, or, you don't know if you'll be seeing them like further down the journey, so sometimes you're kind of like just, off to the side, like you don't really want to, make too many permanent connections or any of the sort. But this dude, he's a solid one. I've seen him making his moves, in the industry. And one thing that I admire about this dude is that he's not like loud on social media. Like a lot of people will be bragging, to have like this egotistical mind state on social media where it's like they gotta prove to everyone that they're doing something. But this dude, he's not like out there like, I did this and I accomplished this. He's very, cool, humble with it, and I can appreciate that quality in any person. So shout out to GFB Fresh. He's here in the chat with us now, so let's bring him in. And feel free to hit that question mark at the bottom, and it's a go. Give it a second, guys. We're waiting for the homie to join in. Let me know if you're having any issues. Give it a second, guys. He's here with us. Give me a second, bro. Yeah, I got you. It's always a little weird trick with this. My brother, what's up?
Good, was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, everything is
your
good.
page.
Huh?
I said I thought you was going live on your page.
Oh, nah. I got a separate page for this. Yeah, I tried to. It was actually cool when I was doing it on my music page, but I felt like it was too hard to like manage like the music and like the podcast at the same time on one page.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, it was cool, because I had everyone tapping in and they was able to see what I was doing, But I felt like creating a separate page so everyone could like tune in with like the vibe and everything, having like a separate aesthetic for it. I thought that would be like,
you still
much
could
better.
do that, but you still should go live on your page because that's where everybody at. That's the
You
same
right?
he was with Ace. That's what Ace did. He was going live on his page, but he still had a separate page and uploaded it just to build it up so people get familiar with this shit. Feel me?
Nah, you right. You
But
right. I mean, like I said, I started a few episodes there. I don't know. People weird. I promoted every week. You feel me? So it's active. How you feeling today, my brother?
yeah, I almost forgot about you, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Damn, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, man. Was it the food? What is it? The food? Nah.
Oh, I was cleaning up and shit though. That's why.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. It's all good, man. I'm sure you had some family over. You had a good time and all that.
It was good.
Yeah. So let's jump straight into it, man. I've always been intrigued. I feel like I should have asked you in person.
You get
Where does the name GFB Fresh come from?
you can hear
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear
oh,
you.
G, the GFB. that came from first, like group of like cousin, my brother, and everybody. First, our name was Young Boys.
Mm.
You feel me? That's and we was getting older. So I'm like, yo, we need more something more where marketing sound, something more that fit us.
Right.
And I thought, man, I just, we was like brothers from different mother type shit.
Mm.
So that's Get Fly Brothers. That's what it's GFB. That's what it stands for.
Your Fly Brothers. That's actually dope. It's crazy because I feel like I knew that. I thought it
Yeah.
was like Your Fly Boy or something like that.
They'll wind down with just me and my brother.
Mm. Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
We grew apart. We done niggas. You find niggas out. You shit like that. We don't fuck with certain people and shit like that. So it just makes sense. Get Fly was me and my brother.
That's dope. That's dope. And speaking of your brother, I noticed that you have like a very tight knit relationship with him. He's pretty much everywhere you go. You guys celebrate together.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to give you your flowers on that. I don't really see that too much.
Yeah.
People bringing their family with them. You feel me? A lot of people see me at the show with my cousin. You feel me? I bring if I could bring my family, I'm there. So I know how that is. Talk about that. How big how instrumental is that to you that he's there always like supporting you and rooting you on.
Because we all we got. That's it. We know where we came from. You feel me? We ain't now. Just me and him, and my mom. So we know where we came from. So that's why our bonds like this. And people always applaud us with that shit. Like me and my brother. Because whatever. That's my heart. Anything. Don't mention my brother name. Whatever. I'll be cool. Whatever. You mention him. Whatever. I'm going. There's no talk. I'm not with nothing. You feel me? And the same goes for him. It's like we don't play about each other. None of that shit. So you feel
Mhm.
me? That's it.
Uh, so does he play like a role in your career? Is he like a manager or like security or I don't know? Like,
Like it's like if I record a song right now, if I send it to you, you be like, if you tell me, yo, nah, I do this shit over, blah. If I send you some shit and you be like, yo, I think you can do this over. If I send it to him and he be like, yo, that shit fine, I don't give a fuck what you said.
mm,
You feel me?
okay, I feel that.
What's my brother said? Because he not gonna stand me wrong. You feel me?
I feel that.
We be same music, same type of shit. So if you tell me, yo, this shit hard, I already know I got one.
Oh, you doing
Like that's it.
music too?
No, he don't do music, but I'm saying if I
Oh,
record some new shit, I just send it to him. I'm like, yo,
got
how this shit sound? I'm saying, you be like, if you tell me nah, it's alright. You be like, shit alright, like whatever. But if you put fire and this shit fire, shit hard, I already know.
I feel that. I feel that. So like, how was it? Like, I guess putting him on to like your vision, like what I'm saying, because the music industry, I mean, any form of entertainment isn't like really an easy industry to like convince like your family that this is gonna work out for sure. So like how like do you feel like that was like a easy thing to do, like getting him on board with the journey?
Nah, cause we when we started doing parties and shit. We used to do parties back then.
Mm,
Party we used to do with the music. I was only rapping with my cousin and shit. We used to be rapping, but we used to try to work with the party and the music. You feel me?
right.
Like people don't even know. Like when Nicki Minaj first came out, we the first one that brought Nicki Minaj back to Brooklyn.
Mm, okay.
A lot of people don't know. And Tyga. You
And
feel me? The
Tiger
whole
from the
shit.
West.
Tyga. First person that brought Tyga to Brooklyn.
Mm, okay, okay,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? So that shit, we used to just try to work with the music and the party, but that, and then my brother, he got his own clothing line. So one hand washes the other. That's it.
Nah, that's dope. So was Rich Roy Apparel. That's
Yeah.
that's his line. Okay, that's really dope. That's actually something that I see y'all rocking a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Pushing quality threads.
They both got
I definitely got to get me some.
that's where it came.
How long have y'all been doing that?
So you doing what? Like 12, 13 years now?
Okay, okay, okay. That's dope. That's dope. Definitely been pushing into that, man. I see that you have different variety. And like I said again, it's quality.
Yeah.
I could see it through the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like even like I've seen it in person, but even through the pictures, you can see the quality.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, these guys put a lot of money into this, man. So I think that's really dope that you got that going.
And then one of them shit that, you just go and you mark up and like you call it, and one of those. You feel me?
Mm.
I mean,
Nah, that's dope. That's really dope. Um, So let's get into some of the music, man. First, how long, like, how old when you started doing music? Like, where did it come from?
7th grade.
Seventh grade. Okay, that's pretty young. Okay, so what was the inspiration behind it?
I stole a tape recorder from school.
Mm.
You
Was it
know,
like somebody else performing or you?
nah, some. I had a boy named in my class named Dwayne. He used to be rapping and shit like that. Sometimes the teacher used to stop and just let him rap. You know what I'm saying? The class, like, he was nice and shit. You feel me?
Mm.
So I'm like, oh shit, I want to do that. So now everybody, when somebody do some shit, everybody want to do it. So me and my friends, then we started beating on the desk, and I started taking it serious and shit. Everybody playing around,
Right,
and I
right.
started taking it home. I bought beats. I was playing that shit on the TV, recording off the TV, like recording into the tape recording, shit like that.
Mm.
I just never looked. That was it. Then after school, we used to go to my friend's house. He used to be beating on the desk while we rapping into the tape recording and shit like that. Because he was nice with the beat, like beating on the desk and shit like that. So he's beating on the table while we rapping. I just never looked back.
Classic, classic. Yeah, they don't do that no more, man.
Then I didn't really had no flows and none of that shit. Like, I used to just be writing. So I had mad 16s. Like, I used to just be writing a lot. You know what I mean?
And who
So
brought you to your first studio?
me, I went. One day I was walking home from school and I
Mm.
saw the studio. And I went and asked the guy, like, yo, how much? He was like, I think he said 25 or some shit. So I'm like, oh shit. And I think I did like 3 hours. My first record I recorded was on Busta Rhyme, Touch It, Bring It, that beat. I recorded
Okay. I see you.
it. So I recorded freestyle.
Same amount of confidence for your first one, man.
But when I wrote some gun shit. I didn't think cock it, squeeze it, some shit. I was just next shit. You feel
I
me?
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Listen, man, you gotta have fun with it, man. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you after that to say, you know what, I want to touch the stage. I wanna put my life out there, like on front page
It
type shit.
took me a while still. You feel me? I used to still be.
So they saying shout out to Next Sound Studio. So they saying in the song No Love Lost, why does the repetition of "Look at what you did to me" symbolize in the what does it symbolize in a relationship?
That just like when you give somebody your all, and then it just left you high and dry, type shit. It's like, look what you did to me. You love that person, and people don't know that song was old. That's an old ass song. It's just the hook I made for No Love Lost. That's an old song. The only thing I changed was just the first two lines. That shit
Hmm.
was.
That's interesting.
You feel
It's that
me?
that's a timeless flow then, because when you put it out and I was listening to it, I was like, yo, this sound like some
The
shit he
flow,
just
flow
put together. Like,
but the lyrics is old. I just update the flow with what's going on now and the beat. Production wise. You feel me? That's it. So I know it's gonna work.
no, that's dope
Like
though. I don't think that's super easy for everyone to do. You know what I'm saying? To like hold on to something and throw it on to something a little bit later. No matter how long it takes. Um, actually,
did it,
there's
man.
a song,
Now,
huh?
now you say he loved that song.
Oh yeah, fact. Shout out to Next Sound. So yeah, there was actually a track that I recently just I didn't release it like publicly,
Mm-hmm.
but it was picked up, and it was part of it's part of a podcast. So I got paid to have the license and sent over to the podcast. So that's like their theme song.
That's lit. That's lit.
But that beat in particular, like I kept that in the stash for like 6 years because it was like, the first song that I wrote to it, like I liked it. It was basically about traveling. Like it was my first time on a plane. So when I heard the beat, I just like started writing about traveling and shit.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, the dude asked me like, yo, can you create a theme song? And then that beat just instantly came to mind. And, so it's dope to like hold on to shit because you never know where it's gonna go. And, now look at it, you're getting a lot of recognition for it.
I got a lot of those in the stash where I could just go back and probably, what I'm saying? It'd be like people thinking this shit is new, but it's not. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Nah, that's
That's it.
dope.
It's great.
I always thought that was the beauty of like holding on to shit low key.
What you said?
I always thought that was the beauty of like holding on to music. Like I'm not a huge fan of holding on to music, but only like if you have a purpose for it. Like you feel me? If you know you're gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
Word.
Next, I'm definitely gonna be dropping a lot of shit next year for sure.
So I see you do a lot of business with Ace General. So what is he like for you? Is he your manager
You
or
can say
like?
that manager business partner, my guy, my brother. You feel me? It's just like Ace is the reason why I started doing music again.
Mm, okay,
People,
okay, okay.
people don't know that shit.
That's dope.
During the quarantine and shit, we was like, always doing a lot, hanging out and shit like that. Then around that time, I had a song "Born to Win." That's the song I was pushing. Everybody
Mm,
was loving. He was loving that shit, playing that shit every time. But one time he called me like, "Yo, how the fuck you a rapper? You don't got no new songs out." You feel me? That's before the year over. You like February
right.
28th. If you don't have a song by then, I'm not fucking with you no more.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I like a challenge and shit like that. And that's when I did What We Doing.
put that foot on the
Yeah,
gas.
we did What We Doing, and
All
that
right.
went on 3 tours, 30 cities with Scott. You feel me? I ain't never looked back ever since. And now I'm here. You feel me? I dropped an album. I had one of the hottest songs out, My City. You feel me? All that shit. So I'm saying
I
that's
believe that's the time that I met you when you dropped that song.
yeah.
Yeah,
Feel me?
yeah. And for me, being a student of the game always, I thought it was dope how you came out and everyone like gravitated towards you initially, you know. And it wasn't, like a lot of people have like clout. It wasn't clout. You know what I'm saying? It was like actual love and respect. Like
Yeah.
people were tuned into the shit, and I was like, yo, that's the shit that I fuck with. And I think that's what ultimately led me to speak to you because I like me personally, I don't deal with anyone that has the clout. Like I don't want to be anywhere that where it's like too much hype or whatever the case. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I believe I'm just as good as these people. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't need to like kiss your ass to be on your level. You feel me? If I can get there without your help,
Uh,
I'm gonna do it. You feel me? So I just wanted to surround myself with people that I felt like were doing great things. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's dope that you built this up and you don't
some of
how can I
these
say
certain of these spots
huh?
feeling like this shit is just some of them shit is just politics, it's just a lot of bullshit. I don't got time for that shit. So
100%.
I just stay away. You know what I mean? Sometimes that shit don't even make sense. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. And I don't even see you at a lot of events. Even when I was like outside every day at one point.
Yeah, because
Because
politics.
I did get caught up in that hype of thinking I had to be outside,
Yeah,
to be noticed.
yeah.
But once I started taking it serious and started talking to the right people and shit like that, I cut all that shit
Because you
out,
could be
man.
outside as long as you're in the right rooms. That's it. You know
Basically,
what I'm saying?
basically,
That's
words. So, what was your like? What was your I could say. What was your eye-opening moment for that? Like, what made you realize that you just got to be in the right rooms?
shit, bro, I've been through that. Like, you feel me? I've been,
So there wasn't like a moment in your career, like say in your rookie days, you performing and they throw you
yeah,
last
oh,
because they don't know who you are, or like they pronounce your name wrong, or some weird shit like that.
yeah.
Like
So after a while, you keep doing these shows and you just see you're going in a circle.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Beneficiaries, no way. Shit just gotta make sense now. And I felt like me as an artist, I done did a lot, put in a lot of work, don't
mm,
even doing shit. Just like this year before the year started, I told Ace like, yo, I'm not doing none of those. You know what I'm saying? I want to open up for artists. We started off
mm.
with Lloyd.
Yeah, I was there for the
Going up,
Lloyd Banks one. Well, that one was dope.
we've been going up ever since. You feel what I mean? Now I just do these here, now and then, just to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Keep my foot on the gas. That's it.
All right, so segue. It's kind of like I meant to ask it before the question got asked from next sound, but it's related to the stage. So you said after the studio jumped on stage, boom. I remember seeing you post a video. I believe it was a talent show or something that you did in school,
Yeah.
and like everyone like was front and center tuning in or whatever.
Ben had that years ago.
Right, but that's all right. So that's what I wanted to ask. So what was I guess what was like the defining moment for you? Like what made you realize okay, or what who were the people? I guess I don't even know how to word
That,
the question,
that
but
right
it's
there,
like
that's when I knew
that
I was it.
that is the moment.
That right there. Because my son, that was Carver Hill High School. He used to go to that school. He was down with us too with the GFB shit. You know, he was because we was big. Like, if you don't know, if you don't, I don't gotta tell you myself. You could go and do your
Right.
research and about the GFB. We still huge. We still big. It's just a name. You feel me?
Right.
We just not active like how we used to be, like with the party shit, with the party scene and all that type of shit. We used to have girls line up around the block for going to parties and shit like that. You know what I mean?
No, that's actually dope.
I mean, but that Carver High School, that's when the girls started screaming and shit like that. That's when I knew that for sure.
So would you say the parties kind of like helped you build your visibility with the music?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's actually smart. I like how you did that actually.
We was really outside, like, you feel me? Like, now everybody be outside partying. Like, we've been dishing, bro. We did that already.
No, that's actually dope. And I could tell, that the party culture is something that you really love doing because the one time you invited me out to that party, and I told you I'm not a party person, so it was mad awkward for me just being there, but it was also fun, like just to see like the lifestyle that you had there, you feel me? Again, people genuinely came because it was something that you do. They didn't like obviously some people were there like, oh yeah, it's a party, but for the most part everyone showed up because it was something that you put together and they valued what you got.
I got paid to host.
That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? You popped out, you did your thing. You feel me? Everybody was on their grown and sexy shit too. I thought that was really dope. I like being around settings like that where people are, more upscale and, because my uncle, he used to work with rich white people and shit like that. So he was a fitness trainer and shit like that. So a lot of his clients were like rich people, Upper West Side of Manhattan. So he would take me to work with him a lot, and I would be like in these big ass condos. I'd be seeing like stacks of money on the table. Niggas got Rolexes, like all this crazy shit, and I'm just like, yo, like, how do you get to this life? You feel me? And it's like, so my uncle always just told me like, yo, just put in that work. You feel me? Just keep putting in the work, keep building something that people could really, that is never gonna run out. Something that people need forever. You know what I'm saying? And you provide that with like the festive life because everyone loves to be festive. Everyone likes to be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty dope. 100%, and that's not talked about enough. People don't know how to throw parties. Let's just say that. People just want to get everyone together, grab money, whatever. But I feel like it's way more to a party. So yeah, man. Shout out to you on that. So you opened up. I don't know everybody off the top of my head, but from what I've seen, you did Lloyd Banks, Cassidy, Trey Songz.
Got a list.
So yeah, you've done more than 5 people. That's 5 top notch, we should say. People that us lower artists look up to, not lower as in but you know what I mean. A lot of us look up to these artists. You know what I'm saying? And so, what is that like performing for someone that?
Santana, like I did a lot this year for sure.
Right. So what's that like opening up for them? You know what I'm saying? Like finally seeing your idol next to you. They seeing you now. It's not so much as you watching them. They watching you do your thing.
My favorite, I said Lloyd Banks. Cause that was like one person. Like I still got all his mixtape, everything. I still got all that shit. That's one person I really look up when it comes to bars and shit. Him and Cassidy, like when it's time to write, before I start writing, I'll go and get motivated. Like put them on, so I listen to them type shit. I used to do that. Like, you feel me? Just to get motivated and know like I gotta come hard. I gotta get bars ready. You feel me? Now my shit be I dumb it down because I just adapt to what's going on now.
Right.
But I be still be waiting for somebody to try me, just so I can show them like, yeah, I get busy. You feel me?
Right.
But I just be chilling. You know what I mean?
So what was that like with Banks? Did you like seek any gems? Was it like did he give you any like words, like any feedback or like?
I didn't really get to everybody.
I feel that. I feel that.
Shit like that, all that. I just perform. My performance, I already know. Like I shut it down. I was the best. At the crowd, everybody I was mad because some shit happened at the door when I was going. When I went up there, I was mad. Yeah. To get a drink or none of that shit. feel me? So I felt like I did the best, so that was it. And
Nah,
I
that's
felt
dope.
like the best performance since. So, um,
Nah, that's dope. Nah, I actually enjoyed that night. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset that the shit started at like fucking 3. Like the flyers at 9 o'clock. So I was there for a hot minute before. Banks came out like 2 or something like that. I think you performed like around 12 or 1 o'clock or
yeah.
some shit like that.
Oh, you was
Yeah,
there.
I was there. I
Oh,
was there.
yeah. But you feel me?
I was there. It was definitely a wild night, man. There was a lot going on that night for sure.
I felt like that was my best performance. Yeah,
Yeah, nah,
for sure.
you definitely did a great job, man. Again, artists from artists, I pay attention to a lot of people performing, and I'm not afraid to tell people they did a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the key to like being, in this industry. You got to be able to give people their flowers. It's never like ego. You got to get rid of that shit, honestly.
Yeah.
You
And you
know, but
always show you nice, you nice. I'm like, yo, you nice. I'm a right nigga. Be like, yo, I like that shit. Like, I'm not, bro. There's no hating in my blood. I can never. I don't know how people do that shit. You feel me? Like hating on the next man. That
nah,
shit.
100%. That's why honestly I'm cool with so many people. In a sense because. These are like everyone that I'm like really aligned with. These are people that understand the vision. You know what I'm saying? They know where they going type shit. Like they already done so much in their career. So like,
Yeah.
what are they working on? You feel me? Like there's nothing there. Um, but yeah, man. So I got your page loaded up right here. Let's talk about some of your projects. Honestly, um, my bad. I had to. So what we doing? That's a single, but I believe that was the time I met you when you was doing that.
What we doing? Yeah. What we doing?
Yeah, yeah. I remember you performing that at Love Story Bar. That was around the first time.
Yeah. That's when Ace was like, yo, we need another one. We gonna do a girl record. I'm like, nah, it's not. We're not a girl record. Feel me? Because it's like you coming doing. Somebody don't want to hear what's next again. You feel me? So I already know. I studied the game. I'm like, you need another to follow up with that. That's when I did Mind City.
So you against remixes?
No, I'm not against remix. I'm just saying he said we need a girl record. For the next song, got to be a girl song, like for some shit.
Oh, got you. I thought you meant like he throwing a female on like a different version. I was about to say that. That's why I laughed.
Like,
Nah. Okay.
man, I'm like, nah, we need something else could match what we doing. You feel me?
Mm.
So, and that's
So okay, my bad. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so you have 2 albums in total. I've only heard Perfect Timing, to be honest with you. But bet you believe now.
Bet You Believe. Now that was really supposed to be an EP, but I put another song. So a certain
Yeah,
song.
I was about to say that's just 8 songs, bro.
Yeah.
That's an album.
So they put it as an album.
One thing that I could say about your music, by the way, like even without listening to it, so I learned a long time ago that it's obviously marketing plays a huge part in a lot of this shit. And with your music, like it's always the titles, that do it for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those people who, like if I can't guess what the song is about from the title, I
Yeah.
probably won't listen to it. Like, if I'm looking at it at face value, like right now I'm looking at the album, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't look at the title
Yeah.
and be like, okay, I want to listen to this, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to it just coming on randomly and me hearing it and be like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, like the titles of your songs is like really captivating. So what's your process for that? Like, do you do that on purpose, or is it like the name of the beat and you just keep it like that, or?
You see, it's like experience
Mm.
from where I came from. Like, I Bet You Believe now. That's like when I found my sound. Like I wanted to rap. What year was
That was 2018.
2018? I've been rapping way before that.
Mm.
That's when I found my sound. You feel me? Like I know how I want to rap. I know how I want to sound. That's when I was working on that project.
Mm.
And I just know Bet You Believe now. Like, people done doubt me, like, about all that type of shit. So Bet You Believe now.
Mm.
So I'm here.
Nah, that's dope. So you basically waited until you knew what you wanted to
Like,
do sonically
yeah,
before you put out something. That's absolutely smart.
I kept recording, you know what I'm saying? That's it. And that's when I did Born to Win.
That's actually smart. I commend you for that, my brother. Um, yeah, so let's talk about the new project. It's new to everybody else that ain't heard it.
Mm.
Perfect timing. Um, I feel like it summed up 2024 for you so far, because ever since you dropped this project, everything just kind of
Yeah,
started
yeah.
going on. Song number one, Only the Strong Survive. Talk to me.
Only the strong survive. I'm here. Only the strong survive. You done been through it all. I'm been through it all. Only the strong survive. You feel me? Right before that, like 2018, I got in some trouble, like locked up and shit. That's when with the music shit.
Mm.
So if you look, 2021, that's when Ace was like, because I was over the music shit. I'm like, yo, fuck this shit, whatever. Feel me? I was on probation, so I wasn't really keen to do no music and none of that.
Oh, so it was kind of like a phase for you in that point.
Yeah, it's like, it's here, whatever. Like, I didn't really, feel me? Because I couldn't move like how I want to move.
I feel that the limitations and shit like
But
that.
I had permission of certain places, shit like that. So I was over this shit. You know what I'm saying?
And so Ace was like, nah, fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? And then Ace was like, yo, we need another song. And just, that was it. I just never looked back.
Trust me, bro. Don't let none of that shit stop you, man. Only strong survive, man. Um, what we doing made the project my city. Um, Street Vibes. That was actually, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite tracks on there. I think Ace had a Ace. Yeah, you and Ace, y'all have good chemistry. That's the reason why I brought him up as well too. Because I like the what you guys are doing together. So what Street Vibes about? Excuse me. What is that about? Talk to me.
That was some beats I had, and when we was promoting what we doing, we went to Atlanta.
Mm.
The studio shit, we was doing the hook.
Like a little have fun with that shit type shit.
Hook or whatever. I'm like, when I was writing the hook, when I did my part, I'm just like, I could hear somebody else. I'm like your Ace, I want you to come in here. You feel me? The Ace wrote his little part, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. And that was it. And they did this shit, they did the part, I did my shit, and that was it.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So what you got coming up next? Any projects you working on now?
I got an EP I want to put out top of the year. Well, not the top, like, I got some shit. I got some shit in the works. I got a single I'm about to put out. It's called Body. A little sexy drill shit. I was going to put it out this year, but I'm going to put it at the top of the year. Because everything 2025 going to look better. Just spit on it.
So how do you go about like releasing music? Is it like do you already have it done and it's like you have a calendar, like like a planner of like I want to release something now and this on here and then boom, or how does that work for you?
You see, if I get it, when I start working on it, I get it. I'll be like, all right, boom, I'll put it out. Then I'll just set a time. I'll set the time when I want to drop it. So I know the deadline. I got a deadline now. I give myself a deadline. So now I got to get it mixed and mastered. I got to get it right before that deadline. It got to be out by that time.
And what happens if it's not? Do you just like say fuck it and scrap it, or?
No, I won't say fucking and scrap it. I'll probably back if I got to work some shit out. But like you see, like the one I was about to put, I was supposed to put it out this month, but I didn't because I said I'm gonna put it at the top of the year. So, but it's done and everything. I just gotta re-record it and get it mixed and mixed.
So do you ever? I feel like this is a double-edged sword. Do you feel like it's pressure to either release music or let the music you have out breathe?
That's why I don't be rushing to put out no music. Like you said, my album, right? I still promote this shit this year. When I put it,
Right.
it's 8 billion.
I mean, it's still fresh. It's still fresh, so you can't just like, throw it in there.
8 billion people in this world, bro. I'm not about to just rush keep putting out music. I want to, at least when you know me, you're going to know me for something. You're going to know me for one song. You feel me?
Nah, that's really ultimately how I feel about it.
Even when I promote No Love Lost, people thinking that shit is new. It's not new. People fell in love with that. No Love Lost, the way I was promoting and shit. I started doing little visuals and shit like that. That's it. So now that's stuck in their head. That's all.
Nah, I feel that. That's dope. That's definitely dope, man. You definitely get.
If you really listen to that, probably like I got a song for everything. Like I got Afro beats on it. I got some shit for the strip club. I got some drill shit. I got songs for everything.
You know, speaking of Afro beats, what was it like stepping into that lane? You know, because that's unheard of, you know, so to speak. You know, like a nigga like us, you know, from the hood and shit like that, and then we just jump on the Afro beat and we turn it into like a sensation. Like it's something that people really truly fuck with.
Even with that, I ain't even wanted to do that shit. My man from LA, he was like, "Yo, do some Afrobeat shit, do some Afrobeat." He just kept in my head, do that shit, because he was working on some Afrobeat shit. So he's like, "Yo, do that shit." I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard. And that's when I started like listening to shit like that. And that's it. That's how it came about.
Mm.
You know?
I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to it though. You feel me? I'm around, and I think that's the beautiful thing. You know, with me, I'm around a whole bunch of musicians, like a different range. Like you know, I'm always in different settings. You know, from classical music to jazz to rock. You know, and I'm always around these different types of artists. You know, and musicians and stuff like that. So, I think it's dope that I get to see these people creating certain things. You know, like if you listen to my album, The Unexpected 3, you know, it's very different from 1 and 2. You know, like every song that I have is completely different and it features artists that you probably wouldn't even think that I would work with. You know what I'm saying? And then there's one song that didn't even make the album. You wouldn't even think I was capable of making that kind of song. It's more, it's like I want to say it's classical. It's like a classical rap song. But I basically made it in studio with the pianist. You know, he's playing the piano live, singing the lyrics in the mic, and then I just jump in right next to him, and you know that was a crazy experience in itself. Anyway, you know, so I'm saying that to say that you know I think it's dope diving into different lanes. You feel me? It might not be something that we into, but you never know, bro. Like you never know. And look at you now. You got some shit that's really going on people. Like
Try different. So it don't matter. You feel me?
yeah, you got something that's going on people. You feel me? So don't ever shut the door on yourself. You know, I get it. Sometimes we want to go here. You know, we're not looking over there, but
Yeah.
sometimes over there is the next step. You feel me?
And even with that, like when I dropped my album, I ain't had enough. That was supposed to be I was gonna push that as my single, but everybody just loved that song because they never heard nothing like shit like that. So I just became a single for itself, even though it's gonna be the same. I just
Mm.
was promoting that song. I want you, and then you know, let's say it played itself.
Mm.
That was a good thing.
It's crazy because I even and his the point that I want to make with that track as well is that it sounds more like you're a feature on the song, and I think that's even more dope. What makes people tune into you as an artist, you know? Because speaking of the album, The Unexpected 3, I have a song on it called "Sacrifice." It's like an Indies blues song. You know, both of the artists that are featured on it, they're acoustic singers. You know, so when you hear it, it sounds like it's one of their songs, and I'm just you know a featured verse on it. You know, so I think that's super powerful. You know, and people get lost in it. You know, because it's like a crazy mesh. It's like a crazy mesh where people were just kind of like trying to figure out what drew you to the song. They want to know what part you played in the song, but come to find out you're the creator, it's like a whole nother like, oh shit, like so yeah, man, that's really really
Wrote the
dope.
hook,
Um,
people out, the little ad-libs I had to let Shorty sing that whole freestyle shit. I chop it up, I did all that shit myself, bro.
oh, so you do like engineering and shit like that.
Yeah, I record all my shit. All my songs I record myself. I'm pre-mixing how I wanted to sound, all them drops, everything, like cleaning up, all that shit. Then I send it out to mix and master.
You produce?
I don't produce, but I don't got time for that shit. That shit too much work. You know what I mean?
God damn, son. I mean, even if it's not like a heavy thing, you know, that you want to do for your career, like it could be something in the past time, like.
Oh, I ain't shit, but just that shit too much work.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I feel you. It is. It is.
I want to be an artist, bro. Let me just be creative and do my thing. Like that's it. You know what I mean?
So that's like your only angle with this. Like you just want to create music. Like you don't want to step into any other lanes like engineer, producer. Well, engineer you already do, but you don't want to do producer. You don't want to.
I do engineering shit. I record a few people before they come here. I record that type of shit. Yeah.
Nah, I feel that because I mean I know what it's like diving in. I mean I do a lot of shit myself. The only thing that I probably only don't do for myself right now is engineering and recording. I have all my equipment and shit like that. But I just I just for some odd reason I just don't sit down and actually do it for
Uh,
myself. But I do everything else. Like I write my music, I edit my videos, I do all of that shit. Like
Devon Terrell is the reason why, like, I built my own studio and shit too.
that's an interesting reference. What's good with that? Like how
That's
what's your
his
is
studio.
he one of your favorite artists or like you know him personally
Yeah, I
or
knew him personally. We grew up together. My
oh
first
that's
song
dope.
that was playing in the club that got me a little buzz was featuring him.
Oh for real, that's sick.
Yeah, I gotta get it. If you go, that shit got like 100 and something thousand views on YouTube. Like that's
I'm actually a fan
my
of Devon Terrell. Like, I
first hit.
fucks with the
Yeah,
yeah, him and Futuristic. I've been rocking with them for a minute.
perfect. Perfect time in the concert. He was supposed to come perform too.
Mm, that's dope. I actually ran
He
into
was
him in a
supposed to be
bar.
my
It's crazy.
special guest.
Ah, that's tough. So
What? I got I got like another 3 songs with him too. His stash.
nah,
Yeah.
that's actually dope. It's crazy. Like it's a weird story with that. So the last tour that he did, well, that I went to, the weird tour.
The weirdo, the living
Yeah,
weirdo,
the
whatever.
weirdo tour. Yeah, that was the day, that I got the news about my uncle and shit like that. I was at the concert while this shit was happening. Yeah, so it's kind of like I ain't gonna lie, for some odd reason that album just kind of like sticks with me a lot more now. Like it kind of means like a lot more to me and shit like that. But he's always been a dope artist. I got to run into him in person like slightly like shortly after that. Like I want to say like maybe a year after that. We chopped it up for a bit or whatever. We was in a bar, so it was like I didn't want to like intrude. Like that's my thing. Whenever I see like celebrities or
Yeah,
famous people or whatever, I don't like to bother them. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see them and they see me and we happen to talk, cool. But I'm not pulling up on you and be like, yo, I'm a fan. I want to do this and none.
that nigga, that
Yeah, I can't
he
do none of that.
the beat.
But yeah, we chopped it
He,
up for a bit. He showed love. It wasn't no Hollywood shit, and I thought that was pretty
he
dope.
got it. He's a beast for sure. Like
Nah, for real, he's
he's
definitely a dope artist. I
he,
fucks with everything he do.
all that shit. He's a beast. Even when it comes to the singing shit, that boy's really a beast for real, for real. Feel me?
Nah, I see it. I
Like
see it.
he's
Nah, he's
what,
definitely dope. I'm more on the underground wave, So I listen to a lot of underground artists.
yeah. But it's my guy though. I fucks with him.
So, what's your goal with the music? Is it to be mainstream or to be independent?
Mainstream, I'll be a household name. My
Mm.
next, I'm gonna start looking for all this stuff. I'm gonna start, working on deals with all them. Start putting all this on my shit.
So you want to go the industry route, like as far as like signing contracts and shit?
You need a machine behind you, bro. I don't give a fuck. I want independent. You want money you make. You still need a machine behind you getting certain doors. It's only so far you could go.
Nah,
Everybody know that.
so obviously, it depends on, whatever you want to do for your vision. You know what I'm saying?
Then again,
How far you're willing to go, I would say.
yeah. And then again, it all depends. Because when you got your own money, it's all could be you could. It's how you work your shit out.
Facts,
That's it.
facts, definitely. So what, like, okay, so like, if you were to like do like a label or whatever, what would your label be called?
I got my shit. One family empire. That's why I said I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start.
My bad,
Yeah.
my fault.
I mean,
Nah, yeah. So you got one family empire. So how long has that been in the standing? That has always been like your thing since you've been doing music.
nah.
So that's just something that you kind of like recently come up with to. That's like your brand fully established now.
I started promoting like what 2017, 16, but I didn't
Mm.
do paperwork till 2022.
Yeah.
When I did the
But
paper.
shout out to my guy, King Jewel. He another Brooklyn Knight, another musical juggernaut. You feel me? Y'all should tap in type shit.
Why can't you see the comments?
King Jewel official. He just tuned in. He one of the viewers, but I don't know if he comments. You might be able to see. I
Yeah,
don't know, but um,
so that's what I did. Guy trademark shit, and that was it.
yeah. I usually, if any one of my people's tune in or whatever, I try to make that connection. I like to make connections that actually matter. You feel me? So, um, he definitely someone that's been making waves in Brooklyn for sure. For as long as I've known him. shit like that. But yeah, man. So One Family Empire, that's something that you see going on. What type of artists do you see yourself signing?
Or just like myself.
Mm.
You feel
So
me? Nah, it just
I
it,
mean, like as far as sound wise, like, would it be the same kind of music or?
nah, this shit just gotta make sense. You can do rock, pop, whatever. You can be a rock star. Nah, it just gotta make sense.
I pay money to see you sign a pop artist.
You feel me? It gotta make sense.
I
That's
feel you, but I pay money to see you with a pop artist, man. I
right.
want to see that one.
You gotta make sense. I know a few too.
Now I believe it. You better that shit, son. They out there, son. They actually fire. You feel me? But they don't come into our world, which is crazy. Like I feel like they do have like some sort of a place. It depends on the type of music that that they're willing to make or whatever. But yeah, it depends. Because if rap artists can go into the pop world, you feel me? They can kind of low key do the same shit. You know, I just think it's all about the versatility, honestly.
That's it.
Or so after rap, what do you see yourself doing in the game? Like, do you see yourself taking another step into the industry? Do you see yourself being an executive?
Yeah, I'll be an executive for sure. I wanna try acting and all that. I wanna do everything, bro.
You have any acting experience?
Me? In my videos.
I mean, that counts. That counts. But I meant like,
I write, I direct all my shit how I want it. You feel me?
nah, that's
Same.
dope. That's dope. That definitely counts. Because I felt the same way. When I was like looking for my first acting gig. And I ended up in two web series. One of them was called The Bush, which we were shooting in Flatbush. And another one was called Forced to Sin. I was only in like I was a what they call them. I was an extra in Forced to Sin, but in The Bush, I was one of the main characters and shit. But that shit didn't go well. The director was on some bullshit. He was some weird ass nigga, and I just seen him on my feed the other day. He's still doing weird shit. So I'm like, yo, that shit. I'm glad I got out of that. You feel me? But it was dope, like being on camera. I got to meet a lot of dope people. I got to act with Zab Judah. Like he was actually cool. He told me a lot of good shit. So I got, it's a lot there in the acting world as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's an interesting lane for you. So what type of shit would you act in?
I know I can do it.
What type of shit would you be interested in acting in?
I definitely want to be a shooter for sure.
So wait, why you wasn't in like Money and Violence or some shit like that? Like
That was too much shit going on around that time, bro.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. So what about starting your own shit? You say you directed your video, so why not?
Even for Money and Violence, I don't know. You gotta look. It's a video I got. The Roman Revenge freestyle I did with Nicki Minaj beat. Like that's when I was gonna really start writing scripts and shit like that. After that, I did that video with a little acting shit in it. The shit was so hard. It was like, yo, we should really do some shit. And then, it just be time. And then Money and Violence came out and shit like that. So I'm like, even down there, I was telling Ace, I'm like, who knows? Y'all niggas probably see my video and copy my shit. You feel me?
No, you never know, bro. Like you really never know out here. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's scary out here, bro. Like real shit, So
that's when I really
let's talk about that. Like, how do you keep yourself protected in certain things like that? Like, do you have like copyright LLCs? Do you have lawyers? Like, how does that work for you?
For what?
Entertainment lawyers, I should specify. Entertainment lawyers.
For what? For what?
As far as your music goes, like, like having, like, because anyone can hear your music now and just, like, copy the whole shit and just say,
all my
shit, I did it first.
Trademark, though. All my shit is copyright and trademark, though.
Oh, trademark, too. So you own all that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
ASCAP.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, so it's not like a separate entity trademark?
No.
Oh, got it. Because I was about to ask you about that. I got some questions for that. Like I'm learning. I wanna do my own like copyright and trademark. ASCAP BMI is cool. But I think like creating your own or having a more private private sector one.
You probably do private shit and do your own shit. Yes, because you own it. You can do that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's just that's just something that I want to get into. Heavy. Like I really want to learn like the full business side of this shit, like really understanding like the ins and outs of it. So I've been doing my studying and shit like that.
Yeah, you should probably be able to do that shit.
So yeah, man. That pretty much concludes the interview, man. Definitely appreciate you for stopping by, coming through, sharing,
Appreciate you, man.
sharing your time. Is there anything
Already.
you want to
Got it.
leave?
Damn it.
Is there anything you want to leave for the people that's going to be watching this?
I want to leave.
Type of gems,
First,
advice, anything.
keep going first. Keep prayed up. Believe in yourself and keep going hard. That's
No
it.
doubt.
Oh, keep looking for me because I'm coming. God damn it, I'm coming.
No doubt. Oh, my boy is here. GFB Fresh. We on the lookout for you, man. We appreciate you 100%, man. Thanks again for stopping by, sharing your time.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me, man. You already know.
No doubt, man. Peace. All right, y'all. There y'all have it. Episode of GFB Fresh on Going Live with the MC. Make sure y'all tune in next week. I will be announcing the guests for December. Actually, what's today, Saturday? Yeah, I'll be announcing a new guest for December tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'll be posting to my story who we got coming up for the first week. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.